Okay, I think we're going. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamari4 here once again. Back after what has been, a month? But if you saw the update video that I just posted, you kind of have an idea of what's been going on and the things that I'm trying to do. Still trying to work out some of those kinks, but at least I've been able to get this up and running, this setup up and running. Because at first I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is going to work the same way if it did before, but luckily, the internet here seemed to be pretty top notch. So, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into these new horror stories. I think there's two new ones on my normal channel, the Llama Arts channel. So we're gonna see how these go. So the first one's gonna be the creepy neighbor horror story chair. Let's see what she giving.
This happened in 2009. We would fly from our home state in California to Minnesota to visit my father's family
What the
for the
fuck?
summer. I've always enjoyed it there because of the nature and peaceful atmosphere. My father's family lived far from the nearest town, and he only had two neighbors. My only friend there was a girl who lived next door. Let's call her Morgan. She's around my age, and me, my sister, and her would always play from sunrise to sunset. One day at around 4 p.m., we were outside playing badminton. My sister hit the birdie too hard, and it landed in the next door neighbor's yard. Morgan said she had more inside her house and went to get them. I felt uncomfortable leaving it there, so I told my sister I'll go get it myself. She told me not to do it and just wait for Morgan. While my sister was fixing the net, I decided to run and get it real quick. As I was about to enter the gate, my sister grabbed me from behind and began telling me how much of a bad idea it was.
See, keep your sister around. Your sister's keeping you from doing dumb shit. Because honestly, unless you know your neighbors like that, I ain't really about to be going in their yard, especially if they have these high ass fences. They shit look creepy. The grass looked unkempt. Like, if I can't reach through the damn fence board and grab it, or if I can't get me like a good old wire hanger and maneuver that bit underneath the thing and grab that badminton thing, let it go. Homegirl already said she got more, so if she ain't fucked up about it, I ain't gonna be fucked up about it. But I feel like he kind of like her, and he kind of wants to do this for her as like a gesture. But don't lose your life. Open a puss. Rule number one.
That's when an old man came out from behind the house. He picked up the
Ooh.
birdie and said, "Is this yours?" I said yes and asked if I could have it back. He said he had his grandchildren's old toys upstairs and asked if we wanted to have them. Me and my sister were very young at the time, and we thought as he lived so close and he looked like a typical sweet grandfather.
Typical sweet grandfather, my ass. This man look like the Walking Dead. No, man. Look at this neck. First, look. This look like one of them old turkey necks. Look like it's about to keel over any second. This man had got this just offensive comb over. He looked like a typically sweet old man. Did y'all parents never teach y'all stranger danger? This man just invited you all the way up to his attic for some toys. That's basic. That's elementary perv level right there. Like your parents have failed you if you fall for this.
It's the worst that could happen. So we agreed and entered.
No, 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 no. I mean, I guess they said they were young, but still, no, no, no. Children, if he's talking about, oh, he got something upstairs, we'll wait here, okay, outside of your property, on the other side of the fence. You bring the box of toys out to us. We'll sort through them out here where people can see us and then take what we want and be about your merry way. That's how you do that.
through the back door. The first thing I noticed was the stench. It smelled of damp and rotting food. I shrugged it off at the time since he was old. Maybe he lived alone. We heard Morgan calling our names, and we politely told the old man that we had to go, and maybe we'd return tomorrow. Morgan saw us through the window and immediately asked what we were doing there. I answered, "The sweet old man." and she cut me off and said that the house was abandoned since she moved there. I thought
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. See, Morgan lives here. Morgan knows. Believe Morgan. Believe Morgan, bitch.
she was just playing around with me and told her to cut it out. She had a blank expression, and that's when I knew that she was serious. We never told anyone because we didn't want to cause any trouble. But now that I'm older, I wonder if it was some ghost or creepy old man luring kids into that house. The house got demolished recently, which is why I wanted to share this story.
Oh, so y'all never saw the. Oh, okay. That was a strange ending. I thought they would have done more with that. Okay. Oh no, they're about to just start going to some advertisements. All right, so I'm going to quickly pause this and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, so we are back with The Bridge. Hopefully, this one has a better ending than last time because that one, I mean, it has this build up. I'm like, okay, so where are we going to go with this old man? Okay, let's wait and see.
So, this story takes place when I was about 16 years old. At my school, I played for the volleyball team, and every year we would go to a camp and do volunteer work for this guy. The camp was in the middle of nowhere. When we got to the camp, we immediately started to work until 8 p.m. This was around October, so it was already dark at 8. My two friends and I were sitting around the fire, trying to figure out something we could do so we weren't so bored. We heard that there was a small river down the hill from the camp, and we thought we could check it out. The problem is that it was some guy's property, and the owner of the camp told us to not disturb him since the guy was a little strange. We weren't really supposed to leave the camp, but being 16 years old, we loved breaking the rules. We walked
Mm-mm,
about 10 minutes from the camp.
mm-mm, mm-mm. First of all, I don't do no camping. I camped one time in the third grade and was traumatized. They told us some spooky story and they started fucking with us. So I'm like, you know what, camping is just not for me. Uh, what the? Is he about to get this squeak toy? Bro, don't you be squeaking that while I'm trying to record, damn it. Anywho, campgrounds. If first of all, if the camp counselors are telling you that a, it's not that we don't want y'all to explore and have fun, but over here there's this crazy man, all right? And you don't want to be around people who are crazy, who are known to be crazy, especially when you're up in the woods and shit. But then again, my question to the camp counselor, whoever's organizing this trip, why are we setting up base camp so close to somebody who's crazy? Why are we here then? If you're worried about our engagement, why are we here? You see what I'm saying? So I'm kind of looking at y'all a little side eye too, but we're gonna wait and see what stupid decisions these 16-year-olds make.
And finally reached the river. It was bigger than we expected, and there was a large wooden bridge that crossed it. The bridge was about 20 feet long and was big enough to let a truck go over it. My two friends and I decided to go under the bridge and check it out. As we were walking by the shoreline, we saw two headlights off in the distance moving towards the bridge, so we bolted underneath it and hid. We then heard the truck roll over our heads and to the other side. My friends and I chilled there for a while, just talking and throwing rocks in the water. It was about 8:30 at this time, and now it was pretty much pitch black. That's when we started to hear a slow rumble in the distance. The same truck had come back, and this time it was moving much slower. We stayed put under the bridge, stifling our laughter. Eventually, the truck moved over the bridge, but rather than going over to the other side, the truck stopped right on top of us. The only thing you could hear was the rushing water and the hum of the engine. Then, the door of the truck swung open, and out came a loud thump on top of the bridge. Then we heard a loud scream saying,
I know you're out there! I'm gonna find you!
I looked at my friends.
This is what you get when you fuck around with the crazies. This man told you that that man over on the other side by that bridge, by that river, is a little cuckoo. And yet y'all still brought y'all narrow, hard-headed asses out there and started fucking with him. Okay, you don't know what. Can you not? Can you not? Y'all started fucking with him, and now he knows it. Now we don't know if the man knows that they're there, or is he just crazy and just be seeing shit normally, or what? Because this they said it's pitch black. They said it's pitch black, but I don't know. He probably saw them with the headlights. We don't know, but I know they all about to piss their pants right about now. Y'all better get one of them rocks that y'all throwing and start getting ready to be like, you know, let's do this.
And they were both shaking in fear. This must have been the crazy property owner, and he seemed pissed that we were on his land. He started screaming and saying he was going to hurt us if he finds us. We could see that he had a flashlight, and he was swinging it around looking for us. We heard loud thumps as he walked around a little bit, calling out for us, and thank God he never went under the bridge. Eventually, it went silent, and it sounded as if he went back into his truck. I was too terrified to move. We sat there for about 10 minutes, and then my one friend, who we'll call Trevor, whispered in my ear, saying that we have to go. I gave him a quick nod, and in slow motion we moved out from under the bridge. We started to army crawl on the shoreline of the river, and I remember looking behind me to see the top of the bridge. I saw a white Ford F-150. In the driver's seat was the man, staring right at me with a sinister smile, and he even gave me a little wave. At that moment I screamed.
Oh, uh-uh. Not only are you looking dead through my soul, but you gonna wave and give me a smirk? Like, uh-uh. Running back to camp, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And ran. My friend saw me run and took off after me. I could hear screaming from behind us. I took a quick glance behind me and saw that he was chasing after us, and I couldn't.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord Jesus. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. First of all, wait a minute. Why, again, why are we this close to this man? Why did our camp counselors bring us this close to this man? Secondly, why did y'all not wait until the car was gone? Like, okay, they said, oh, he felt like he got into his car, like he was about to leave. Like, why wouldn't y'all have waited until he left and risk him seeing you run away? You, did I miss? Maybe I missed something, because I'm a little confused as to how y'all let yourselves get in this situation. So now you got the mass murderer chasing behind you with a fucking butcher knife. S- uh, Let's see how this goes.
quite make out the object in his hand, but it seemed to be a weapon of some sort. We ran into the forest and ducked behind a bush. It was pitch black in the forest, and we couldn't hear a thing. We sat there for a while, just shaking. The man never walked by us, and we never heard him. After we gathered our courage, we got up and walked back to camp, got into our tents, and tried to fall asleep. The next
Bitch.
morning, we talked to the camp owner about the man that owned the property of the river. The camp owner said that he didn't know much about the man, but he knows that he has some mental problems and he'd been accused of assault. I am so happy that we were able to escape from underneath the bridge. I can't imagine what would have happened if he caught us.
Girl, again, this man knows this. Why are we here? I'm telling you. So, because here's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to do one more story so that I can make a longer video to kind of make up for it not being for it being so long since I did one. But we're gonna try to go on the other channel, which some of the stories are they okay, but I'm still trying to search out like another consistent one that I like. So I'll be back and see if I can find one. So I found this compilation that was a part of the group of videos that I used for the last reaction video that we did. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to finish this one out. until Llama Arts puts up more videos. So let's go to this one. Now I feel like we've seen a couple of school lockdown stories, at least from Llama Arts. So let's see what this one about to be given.
It happened last year, 2018, when I was still in my second year of high school. It was earlier March that I was in school. We were just playing some quiz game on my laptop. I connected it to the projector for all of them to see, but then suddenly the school's fire alarm went off. They said this isn't a drill, but rather a maniac just entered our school with a gun. So all of us closed the door and the window to our classroom and switched off the lights. It was all silent, like you could hear a pin drop to the floor. At first, I wasn't panicking that much, but it all started to happen when a gunshot was heard from the distance of our room. I can assume that he already knows that we're here. We are the closest room from the entry hall. Every single one of my classmates was crying. I'm the tallest and the oldest student of them all.
Did we watch this already? I don't think so. It looks familiar. Maybe they just all kind of run the same way, but let's just see.
I'm 16 and some of them are 15 and 14 and another one is 12. So I thought,
What kind of classroom is this? A 16-year-old, 15, 14, and 12? Either you got held back, or they're an advanced student, or this is like some. Did I miss something? Is this this an extracurricular activity? How was it a 16 and 12-year-old in the same class?
I'm the oldest. I should protect them. I was like that.
Shit.
So then I grabbed the fire extinguisher in our room, because every single room in my school has a fire blanket and a fire extinguisher, just in case of a fire. I had a stupid plan inside my head that I'll spray him with the fire extinguisher. So then I opened our room door, and I came across it. He was a middle-aged man wearing a white tank and black slacks. He was holding a .44 Magnum caliber revolver. At first, we were
What the
having a
fuck?
quick draw match, like that. He grabbed his gun first and pulls the trigger. I can feel.
We did watch this because I do remember this. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, I figured it out. So see what had happened was I recorded one of these after the last one that you guys saw, but there was a sound issue. And this is one of the videos that I watched while there was no sound. So that's why it looks so familiar to me. All right, so it's new to y'all, but old to me.
Feel my heart beating fast. Just then he aimed the gun at me, but it didn't shoot at all. He forgot to cock his gun. So then it's my chance to hit him with the fire extinguisher and knock him out. After that, the police arrived and every student was reunited with their family.
Tell me why you didn't do that off jump. Why did you wait for him to take his shot at you first? Like, if you got up and was like, I'm gonna be the oldest and the bravest, but yet do some dumb shit like that, if you want to be the bravest, as soon as you open up that door, whack! Like, what you staring down, having a damn draw off or whatever it's called? What you doing that for? What you waiting for? Child.
And still, I'm wondering, what could have happened if he didn't forget to cock his gun and shoot me first?
He would have blew your brains out. Exactly that. That's what would have happened. The creature. Ooh, girl. Okay. So let's go. I'm gonna let this be the last one for this particular video, and then we'll do another one soon. What? What do you think? What would have happened if he never forget to cock my gun? Bitch, he would have blew your brains out. What you mean? What would have happened? What other scenarios are there that you could take a bullet to the? You know what? Teenagers.
My name is Magda, and I'm 26 years old.
Hi, Magda.
I work in an office in the city. On the weekends, I used to love to get away from all the hustle and bustle
Really, bitch.
and take a trip to the countryside. Luckily, I have a cottage in a small village which is located right at the edge of the forest. How I used to love to get out of the city and spend the weekend in my little cottage. Why did I stop? Well, I'll tell you. After a hard week at work, I needed to rest, so I decided to get out of town. I went home, packed my bags, threw them in the trunk, and drove off. When I arrived in the village, it was late in the evening and I was tired from the long drive. I went straight to bed and fell asleep quickly. In the middle of the night, I was awakened by the sound of my car alarm going off. I looked out the window, but there was nobody in sight. I found my car keys, pressed the button to shut off the alarm, and the awful noise stopped. I laid back down and tried to fall asleep. All of a sudden, the alarm went off again.
Oh,
I didn't feel like getting up, so I just grabbed my keys and pressed the button once more. Everything was peaceful and quiet again. However,
bitch.
5 minutes later, the alarm went off a third time. Once or twice could have
Not even, I mean, once, but once it's happened a second time consecutively like that, uh-uh. And see, you out here by yourself, girl. That's your mistake. I'm not traveling to any place like, I mean, I guess, oh, I want to get away. Oh, I want to be, some alone time away from the hustle and bustle of the big city. No, not in places like this. You out in the woods. This is I guess your own family cottage or whatever it is that y'all got going on. But I'm not going out here by myself. I'm bringing me at least one good girlfriend, my boo, something. Hell, even if it's just a dog. Somebody else need to be here with you, girl.
been an accident, but now I was wondering what was going on. Could someone be playing tricks on me in the middle of the night? I got up again and pressed the button to turn off the alarm.
Now I'm about to just sit here and watch this car. I'm about to just sit here and look at it. From probably with my blinds closed, just in case they looking at me, looking at them. But I'm gonna watch. With my little peephole. I'm gonna see what's going on.
But this time, I didn't lay back down. I stood at the curtains and watched.
See, so far so good. You out here by yourself, so I gotta dock you some points for doing that. But so far in the situation, you doing what I would have done. I probably would have done it after the second time. I wouldn't have waited for the third time.
After a few minutes, I saw something by the light of the moon. A shadow emerged from the bushes and slowly approached the car. I could just about make out the shape. It was something tall, skinny, and black. The figure reached out with its long, thin arms and knocked on the car. The alarm went off again, and quick as a flash, the dark figure retreated back into the bushes. At that
Uh-oh. Let me tell you, you don't have no kind of cell phone reception either, do you, bitch? Because I would have been like, you know what? Take the car. I'm calling the police and having them escort me to the nearest town or hotel because... Nope.
That moment, I realized what was going on and began shaking with fear. I turned off the alarm and continued to watch. The thing emerged from the bushes again, slid silently over to the gates, threw a hand through them, and removed the partition holding the gates closed. I was paralyzed.
Bitch. Hold on. Because at first I thought it was kind of like a little stupid or something. Like it was like, what's this new thing? I'm just going to knock it and touch it. I'm unfamiliar with it and it scared me. Like this thing is intelligent enough to undo the lock onto, oh, I thought it was like a little, Neanderthal. No, this thing is pretty smart. It's, oh girl.
With fear, and I couldn't move. My mind was overcome by panic thoughts. What was it? What did it want from me? What was it doing? Would it ever go away? A shiver ran through my body, from my head down to my toes. My mouth was dry and my heart was beating fast. I was so tense, I was gritting my teeth and clenching my hands into fists. I regained control of myself and ran down the stairs as fast as my legs could carry me to the ground floor. I wanted to look for something I could use to protect myself.
Okay, so far you're doing well. You're doing well. However, still would have called the police before I did that. So that I can know that there's somebody on their way in case shit go down. But at least you're looking for a weapon, girl.
However, just as I was about to switch on the lights, I suddenly froze in my tracks. The dark figure was at the window. It was pressed up against the glass, staring in, looking to see whether or not there was someone home. I immediately ducked down behind the sofa and peered out. That's when I realized what all those tricks with the car were for. It was trying to lure its victim outside. I couldn't...
Oh, can you imagine? Holy shit. Oh, would I have done that in the middle of the night? I don't think so. I would hope I wouldn't in that. I hope I wouldn't be that dumb.
Couldn't take my eyes off its hideous face. Its skin was the color of ash and covered with wrinkles. Its eyes were small, beady, and completely black. Instead of it having a nose, there were 2 ragged holes. It didn't have any lips, just 2 rows of sharp, yellow teeth. When it breathed,
What the fuck is that?
it was so heavy and hoarse that it was misting up the window. I just knew it wasn't going to go away. After standing at the window for a few moments, I heard a rustling noise as it came to the front door.
Please tell me you locked it. Please, please, please tell me that you locked this door, bitch. If you said that I just kind of ran in, I was so tired that I forgot to lock the door in the middle of the woods by yourself, you deserve to be decapitated. You deserve it. You just absolutely deserve it. I'm hoping for you because I'm cheering for you at this point because that's some creepy shit. But if you were stupid,
I watched as it tried to push its fingers through the gap under the door. The handle began to twitch wildly up and down. The creature emitted a chilling sound. It was not like a human voice. It was a deep, beastly growl, like an angry dog chewing on a bone. I knew that if it heard me, it would keep trying until it found a way to get into the house. I crouched down behind the sofa, hiding in the shadows and desperately trying not to make a sound. Tears began involuntarily streaming down my face, no matter how much I tried to stop them. I could feel my pulse pounding in my temples, and I was shaking like a leaf, just waiting for it to end. I don't know how long I cowered there. I must have been passed out. When I woke up and looked out the window, the creature was gone. The door was still in place and everything seemed secure. I've never been so relieved in all my life. I ran upstairs and looked out the window. It was light outside and there was no sign of anything wrong. Taking a chance, I grabbed my keys and without stopping to collect any of my things, I ran out to the car. I jumped in, locked the doors, and drove away from the village as fast as I could. I didn't stop driving until I got back to the city. When I got back to my apartment, I turned on the radio and heard a news report. The announcer said that, in the village, the dead bodies of 2 girls had been discovered. Their corpses had been mutilated and dumped in a swamp. I guess the creature found what it was looking for. I don't want to, but I am curious to know. What would have happened if I didn't make the right decision of sprinting?
oh, bitch, no. Well, I don't know how you would have passed out or fell asleep at that moment, as tense as you were, bitch. But I guess he found somebody else. Those unfortunate souls. God bless them. Okay, that was enough for me right now. I hope y'all enjoyed. This video is almost 30 minutes long. I hope it's semi makes up for the delay. Thank y'all so much for being as patient as you have been with me. So now that I have like a setup kind of going, I can release these more frequently. Whew, girl, she stressed me out. Whoever told that story, they told it very well. Like I was getting a little like, you know. But again, thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video because every time I feel like, oh, maybe I should stop doing the reactions because the audience isn't really watching them as often, and then I'll stop, and then everybody keep messaging me when are we doing the next reaction, when doing the next reaction. But I'm like, the viewership ain't high enough, so if y'all want to continue doing the reaction, share the video, tell somebody else about it. I know a few of you like to binging with your friends, tell them to subscribe. Share the love so that I feel the love and we can keep it going. All right. Follow me on all social media platforms at Jamari4, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye-bye.